The greatest mind which has lived on the earth so far and which are living right now, how they are different from others. Friends, they are master of their field because they chose a path to mastery. And this is what is being beautifully captured by Robert Greene in the book Mastery. Because to learn everything on your own is a very difficult, tedious and time-taking task. When you find the right person who has been there, done that, you shrink the entire learning process, the learning time to much smaller time. But still, till the time you don't do a thing for 8 to 10 years, you don't become a master in that. Between Guru and God, I'll worship Guru first because he is the one who shows me the path towards Govind, which is the God. Hello friends, I'm your friend Vineet Patavari and I'm very happy to welcome you to Success Ki Pathshala. Have you heard the names of people like Leonardo, da Vinci, Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Ratan Tata, Sachin Tendulkar, Lata Mangeshkar? If you notice what is common between all of them, they are all masters of their field, geniuses. Have you ever wondered what makes these people genius? The greatest mind which has lived on the earth so far and which are living right now, how they are different from others. Friends, they are master of their field because they chose a path to mastery. And this is what is being beautifully captured by Robert Greene in the book Mastery. It amazingly summarizes that what you need to do to become master of your field in a 5 to 6 steps process. I'm not going to cover all the steps today, but I'm just going to touch upon one of the most simple and powerful concept which was discussed in this, right? That was the second concept in the row, but I'll first talk about the first concept because the second is related to it. The first thing which Robert Greene says to find mastery in your life you need to do is you need to find the purpose of your life or your life's task. It happens at times that it comes very naturally to an individual. You are small, and from that very point you have that calling that you want to become a musician like Mozart, or you want to become a singer like Lata Mangeshkar, and so on and so forth. It comes from within. You are deeply passionate about it. You love music, or you love cricket, or you love something, and because of that love you are naturally good at that thing, right? So that becomes your life's calling. The second is, how do you sharpen your passion, your calling, your liking for the subject? There comes the second point which I am going to talk about today, which is apprenticeship. Basically, in Hindi we say Guru and Sishya, right? Or Shagird and Ustad. So you need to find the right mentor for yourself or a right teacher for yourself. Why I named all those individuals, what was common amongst all of them? They went ahead and found a good trainer, teacher, mentor, boss, someone who helped them in their career. The names which I just took, Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein and so on. What was common between all of them? The thing which was common amongst them was that they chose a master or a master who has come before them. You need to find a right master for yourself, a right guru for yourself, a right boss for yourself, a right mentor for yourself. Because to learn everything on your own is a very difficult, tedious and time-taking task. When you find the right person who has been there, done that, you shrink the entire learning process, the learning time to much smaller time. But still, till the time you don't do a thing for 8 to 10 years, you don't become a master in that. To become a master, you need to have a rigorous, fully dedicated, full of observation, full of learning, full of experiment, 8 to 10 years of your life. So in your early career, you need to find a right mentor or a right organization to work for, and that's why this term apprenticeship, right, in today's context can be taken as an internship. Mind me, my young friends, internship is extremely crucial part of your career. When you are just getting into a company, get into multiple internships, because there you learn multiple things and you also see what is in best sync with your calling or your life's task, your passion. Internship. When you progress a little bit, you will see that the internship can be now called a mentorship, because you try and find a mentor and work under him. That mentor can be your manager, that mentor can be someone outside your work life, right? You follow him very, very closely. And the mentor can be also from a book, right? Someone who's written a book, you try to follow him to the T. So all these things put together, you have to learn things. Friends, we need to understand, at times it will be very difficult to find the right mentor, right person who can coach us, train us and help us in our career. There we should not be, we should not put ourselves down. We have to find the mentor in books. See, what is a book? A person who has lived his life, he learned something and he puts his thoughts in a book, right? It's basically the summary or the gist of his life's learning. And if you learn from him, see, you have to not only learn by reading it, you have to live that book. Then you are actually making that mentor a real mentor. One last thing I will touch upon this subject, that who is a great mentor, right? If you as a student remain a student throughout a life, or if you are a very good student but you are good as a student only, then the mentor is not a good mentor, because his responsibility is not to make you a good student. His responsibility is to make you a great human being, someone who is not only very talented in the work he is doing, but also a very socially intelligent person who can go in the world and win the world, right? So a mentor is a good mix of person who will impart skills to you, to talent to you, who would also introduce you to the ways of the world, make you socially intelligent, and on top of that will make you ready for the world to conquer the world. So friends, find the right guru. I'll end this video with a simple quote that Guru Govind dohu khade kake lagu paay, Valihari Guru aapno jin Govind diyo bataye, which essentially means that between Guru and God, I'll worship Guru first, because he is the one who shows me the path towards Govind, which is the God. So Guru is the one who will show you the path to righteousness, to great talent and mastery in your life. So friends, be very humble when learning and find the right Guru and learn from that. That will make your life great and that will make you master of your subject. That's what you are there to achieve. Thank you so much.